Hey guys, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the B Token, the future of home sharing on the blockchain. The ICO has garnered a ton of interest well beyond their expectations. Be sure to check out their website at btoken.com. Their ICO starts January 31st. Be sure to subscribe to their email list to stay reminded. Otherwise, you may lose your chance at this one, folks. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is Sam Capizzi. I'm your host here at CryptoSomniac. Today is January 24th, 2018, and today we are going to talk about Charles Hoskinson, Cardano, and ADA here on the channel. We're going to give you my price prediction, and we're going to go over a presentation that I put together in preparation for Charles on Sunday. So we will be having Charles on the channel on Sunday afternoon at around 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. So welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining the channel. What's going on, James, Donald, Mubarak, Butters, Rondos? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Please tell me if ADA will do the squiggly boom in 2018. Let's try and figure that out for you guys. Let's see if we're going to do the squiggle boom in 2018. Let's get started in the presentation. If you guys have any questions, we'll talk about them, and we'll try to talk about some other cryptos later on in the video. We'll try to take your guys' questions. So let's jump right into it. So Cardano, Ethereum and Neo killer or overpriced? So this is Cardano. So let us begin those later on in the video. Cardano touts itself on being the first blockchain that is peer-reviewed, meaning by other peers in the industry, coming from a lot of different places like universities, and it's a platform. It's quite an ambitious platform, and can it stack up against those of Neo, Ethereum, and even EOS? A lot of these things, like Neo and Ethereum, are trying to scale, to turn up, to grow. I'm sorry, they're trying to catch up to what some of these other guys are doing. So it'll be very interesting to see who takes over and what happens and so forth. But Cardano is known as a third generation blockchain, and there are a lot of interesting things. And when we talk about third to gen, I think that means things that can scale and suit more than just hundreds of transactions per second or thousands of transactions. We're talking about millions. And what a lot of these third generation coins have is the ability to be built with the hindsight in mind. You know, they can have a lot of the ability that a lot of other cryptocurrencies don't have, and they can build fresh, start from new. You know, Ethereum, on the other hand, is building like a moving roller coaster, is trying to make changes to a moving roller coaster. And they're able to identify these drawbacks and constraints of previous projects and basically develop accordingly. This is basically exactly the plan that Cardano took, and it looks like I'm a little bit low. And I thought we tried to change this, so I'm not sure why the volume is low. Make sure you turn your volume all the way up so you can hear me. We will try. Maybe I can try one thing. Let's see. Let me know if it's any better. You guys' volume is so low on your channel compared to most. Sound is good, but volume is low. So, I'm not sure why the volume is low. Make sure you turn your volume all the way up so you can hear me. We will try. Talk about third to gen. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. Turn your volume all the way up if you can't hear me. So, Cardano is supported. Well, Cardano is more than just Cardano. What I think makes Cardano pretty good is, what makes Cardano really good is that they have three different things going on. They've actually set themselves up, I think, for success by building a couple of things out. They're supported firstly by a nonprofit company called the Cardano Foundation, which is unlike anything that we've seen in other cryptocurrencies in the space. They basically work towards promoting Cardano, educating the community about them. They are educating the greater community. They're working with governments and regulations, a whole bunch of things to basically propel Cardano forward. And it's built into these three pieces for, to set Cardano up for success. And I think this is kind of comparable to, say, what's it called? The Ethereum Alliance, where they partner themselves up with different companies, different government relations and things like that. So similar in that regard. Now, Input Output Hong Kong. Input Output IOHK is the engineering company that develops blockchain solutions for academic institutions, corporations, and governments. And Cardano is actually just one of them. Now, they're also developing and doing work on a couple of other blockchains, including Ethereum Classic, among some others. But however, Cardano, I think, is the biggest focus. Cardano is definitely the largest focus that Charles Hoskinson and IOHK are focused on. He is the former CEO of Ethereum, and I think is a genius. I've watched a ton of great interviews on him. He is the CEO again of IOHK, and he left Ethereum to basically work on and create Cardano and basically create everything I think that Ethereum wasn't or couldn't do. And I think that they are, at least from what I hear, a little bit further ahead in Ethereum in some regards. Now, they don't have dApps like Ethereum does, but they're working on a lot of things. So they have a research team of over 17 accredited individuals who are responsible for the development, the digital wallet, and things related to Cardano's tech. And they support, like I said, several other blockchains, including Ethereum Classic. Now, I really like that they're accredited individuals. They have people researching these things, peer reviewing them under rigorous standards, I suppose. At least I can read what you have behind you. So yeah, they have a lot of rigorous testing and development going on. So very good in that regard. Now, second leg to it, a third leg to it, sorry, is Emergo. And Emergo is a Japanese-based company that helps businesses establish themselves and integrate them with blockchain technology. And they invest in a bunch of startup ventures. And what Emergo is doing is helping connect businesses to the Cardano blockchain. And I know that Charles and Cardano, this is a huge step for them. They want to be a little bit of a step beyond. There's a thin balance between integrating blockchain technology and then integrating it with our legacy systems like our financial institutions and world. And it's very difficult to merge all of this together. So that's what Emergo is helping to do. Dividing the development and engineering from the marketing and networking may allow for basically a more efficient system. Each organization that I just went over, the Emergo, the IOHK, and the foundation, whoops, I always hit backspace and I always lose the spot in the middle of my presentations. So give me 1 second. So they set themselves up with 3 different organizations. They have the Cardano Foundation, Emergo, and IOHK, all dedicated to different areas in the space, which I think is great. I think it gives it a three-headed prong attack, or a three-pronged attack, which further helps differentiate things and put things into order. Now, what makes Cardano so special? Cardano is currently a very ambitious project and largely undeveloped, but I think some of the most unique things are this dividance between the CSL layer and the CCL layer. So we'll talk a little bit more about the difference between those two, but they are basically a slightly modified version of proof of stake. Their coding language that they use, which is largely built around Haskell, is very intriguing, and it makes it very, as I understand it, a lot easier for people to develop on. It's a very, it's a little bit more, how could I call it? It's a little bit more robust than most languages. Their governance model and their treasury system is, I think, also one of the most interesting aspects of it. So they're developing a treasury system, I think, hopefully to be put in place by 2020. They are, its intention is basically to remove Charles and other people in the community and team if necessary. So it basically allows it to be a treasury system where you can vote on whom is a part of the project, and it isn't so geared about strictly Charles per se, because I think, for example, in Ethereum's case, it's so largely around Vitalik, and if Vitalik dies or if Vitalik leaves or whatever, that could really degrade the quality of the project. So Cardano wants to set itself up for success and make that not not the same kind of thing, same issues. Vitalik, if he were to walk away, that would be very concerning for Vitalik. If there was if he fell out of a plane, God forbid, very, very bad things for Ethereum and all Ethereum related coins. So I like that Cardano is trying to set themselves up like that. Now, I do understand it is very largely undeveloped. Yes, they don't have any dApps, and they are very highly priced, number 5 or 6 on CoinMarketCap. But then again, keep in mind that all of this stuff is speculative, guys. We're all investing in a bunch of Kickstarters, essentially. Nothing here is, nothing is out yet and working. So, I mean, to say anything is overvalued, I mean, I could argue that just about anything in this space is overvalued. So, moving on, they divided the Cardano, and I don't know why I didn't put CSL first, but anyway, they divided Cardano into 2 layers. There is the CCL layer and the CSL layer. So the CCL layer is the Cardano control layer. Now, the settlement layer, the CSL layer, is the Cardano settlement layer. And they divided them for a very good purpose. So in Ethereum, the transaction is all combined into one. Everything related to settlements and contracts is basically put into one transaction, and it's sent all together. What Cardano wants to do is separate the two. So right now they actually only have the settlement layer in place. The settlement layer is responsible for transactions and coins and just sending them from wallet A to B. So the settlement layer is, it says, hey, I want to send 500 Cardano from Alice to Bob. And that happens all under the settlement layer, which is the only thing in place. The control layer is the second layer to that, where it takes all the things related to smart contracts, metadata, how a transaction should react, how it should be escrowed, any kind of smart programmable logic that they want to attach to that transaction beyond just the transfer of money from person A to B is done in the control layer, which again is not available yet. It is being developed. But what it helps to do is it helps a number of things. It helps namely speed, and by differentiating the two, if not necessary, you don't need to attach any data in the control layer. So the control layer is in development, but this was what really makes Cardano unique. Now, again, the CSL layer only maintains the actual transaction information, and you can strip that out from the CCL layer, the control layer. Transactions become pre-programmed. Flexibility, customizability can create security holes. I'm not sure what I meant by create security holes. I don't know what I wrote there. However, with simple transactions, Cardano can anticipate and fix those holes from the beginning. However, Cardano will still support smart contracts. These are controlled from the CCS layer. So they have the CSL layer, which is the control settlement layer, where the transaction maintains all that information from Alice to Bob, Bob to Alice, you to me, whatever. And then the CCS layer, which supports smart contracts and will do all the different fancy things that, say, Ethereum can do with its smart contracts. The biggest difference is that Ethereum does not separate the two. Cardano is going to do that. So I think that is one of the biggest things that I found interesting about Cardano. Now, Cardano runs off of the proof-of-stake protocol, similar to, say, NEO. Now, Ethereum, meanwhile, is proof of work, which means it uses computing power to determine and form its consensus algorithm, but that will change in the future. They will move to proof of stake. I think there's a lot of different advantages to both proof of stake and proof of work. It'll be interesting to see if proof of work actually is around and sticks around later as we have the new development chats, the new developments about Cardano. Whoa, that is quite loud. That scared the shit out of me. Hold on one sec. Let me reduce the volume. Unstoppable Vortex. Thank you for the $10. I will talk about your question in a moment if you allow me to continue. I just want to finish through with this presentation. I don't think there's a ton left. So again, Cardano runs off proof of stake, and you will be able to stake Cardano in the next coming months. So they're working on the Sally update, which should be around sometime in the spring, in which you'll be able to stake it. Now, the coding language that they use on Cardano is called Plutus, which is very similar to Haskell. Thank you. I will answer your question. Don't worry. So anyway, it's very similar to Haskell, which is simple, efficient, and limits human error. They make it very easy and robust and very easy to program in. Ethereum uses Solidity. They've created their own programming language in the hopes of optimizing smart contracts, all while sufficing ease of use, which a lot of developers are having issues with now. It's not easy to learn Solidity. Now, common languages is kind of Neo's strength. They allow you to program on a variety of different languages that are easy to use, like Java, C++, JavaScript. They have about 5 right now, with plans to add 5 more. So just comparing the different coding languages across all of them. Now, Cardano has the Daedalus wallet. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Daedalus. Anyway, they have their own dedicated wallet, which supports their token, ADA. The wallet was developed by IOHK, and they are improving a lot of things on it. Like I said, you'll be able to soon stake it in the wallet. The wallet will be critical, again, for when the proof of stake protocol is released and implemented, and you'll have the ability to either stake it, or maybe you can even give up a portion of your money to someone else, and they stake it for you if you don't feel you have enough, and you can earn residuals or dividends. Now, that won't be available until sometime in the spring. So Ethereum and Neo comparison, I guess, while we're comparing them. Ethereum has a variety of supported wallets. You guys know many of them. MyEther Wallet, the Nano Ledger, Trezor. There's a ton out there. Neo also has a couple of their own. They have the Neon Wallet. They have the their native wallet. I forget what it's called. I've used both. The City of Zion, which is a community of Neo developers, developed the Neon wallet that allows people and Neo hodlers to claim their gas, which actually a lot of exchanges are allowing you to do now. KuCoin pays out daily. I think Binance pays out monthly if you hold Neo gas. So just the comparison there. Now, to talk a little bit about the project, IOHK is centered very largely around the CEO, Charles Hoskinson. He's the co-founder of Invictus, the former CEO of Ethereum, and he's even worked on BitShares with Dan Larimer. Jeremy Wood, also, who worked as an assistant on Ethereum, is now an executive to the project at IOHK. He was an executive assistant at Ethereum. And then again, there's smaller interdisciplinary teams of academic developers working on the IOHK platform. Ethereum and Neo comparison. So all three projects have very powerful teams, I think. They call Vitalik the Michael Jordan of the blockchain space. So they have a very well-spoken figure there. And then they have Dahong Fei on Neo, who is able to speak English, does a lot of great marketing for Neo, and I think is very well-spoken. So it's very hard to not give the advantage to, I think, Ethereum and Vitalik at this point. But I think all three companies have very powerful figures and public speakers to talk about their projects and to lead them. So all three, I think, are led by brilliant people. Now, the roadmap. So Cardano's only working protocol right now is their settlement layer mainnet, which I mentioned earlier. So the CSL layer. That means Cardano is only functionable basically as a cryptocurrency. There is no smart contracts on it. You cannot build dApps off of it. It's very, very simple, and maybe it is a bit overvalued, but I'll talk about what I think about the price and the charts in a moment after this. But after Q2 2018, they hope to release their proof-of-stake protocol called Ouroboros. It runs a little bit a little bit differently than your traditional proof-of-stakes, but there is added incentive for running full nodes, staking them. There will be security updates and the release of their on-chain voting system, which I think will also be pretty interesting. let's talk about some other relevant information. So I think this is towards the end of the presentation, but Cardano also plans to implement quantum safe signatures, making them basically theoretically safe or resistant to quantum computers. NeoAux actually already has this feature implemented, whereas Ethereum does not. So just interesting to know. Cardano's thought process regarding every decision has been documented on their website. They're very transparent, and I think Charles is as well. I have never personally seen more transparency in any projects in the space, and I really like how I feel anyway. I feel Charles and Cardano are very authentic in the way they carry themselves. The network has a tremendous social media following with over 3 Twitter pages with over 72,000 followers combined, and their Reddit has 24,000. Very good social media followings all around. So I think Cardano is a fantastic project, and thank you guys for watching. I am going to break free to the charts, so this is just my little presentation on Cardano. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We take one-on-one appointments. Money back guaranteed. We offer a couple of courses. Head over to cryptosomniac.com and try the Cryptosomniac Advantage if you haven't already. Click here and you will you'll be able to try a 14-day free trial out. But let's take a look at the charts, and while I do that, let's answer Unstoppable Vortex question. ACT A-Chain got a good write-up in the Huffington Post. I got an equal share of ABTC from a hard fork. Apparently, there are a lot of dApps already on the ACT platform. I don't think you can chart it because I don't think Coinigy has it yet. But let's take a look at it on CoinMarketCap. I actually don't know about too much about it. We'll have to do more research. And Cardano is up a lot today, and I want to talk more about the price and the charts. Sorry, not Cardano. Let's take a look at ACT. A-Chain. And thank you so much, by the way, for the $10. Thank you for donating towards the stream, or to the stream. Right now, we're on a couple of markets. I'll be honest, I have to do more research. So I see it on a few markets. The volume is decent, 35 million. They have 1 trillion coins in supply. Circulating 300. I'd be interested to see where the rest is. To build a boundless blockchain reality enables developers of all levels to experience to issue tokens. So it is another platform. I'd love to see how it differs from some of the other ones. Now, I find it very interesting. I don't see any information here about their team. Where is the team? That is interesting to me. Where is the team? Where is the team? Meetup dApps browser. I'd love to know more about the team. And where's the white paper? White paper here. Maybe they share more about the team in the white paper. Is the team in here? Technical team at 18. Very short white paper. Not to say that Cardano doesn't. I don't even think Cardano has an official white paper. It's more just like documents online. But the technical team, this is just a bunch of names. Founder, Tony Q. 17 core members who are fully experienced. But I'd love to know a little bit more. So, I'll be honest, I'll have to look more into the project. I don't know a ton about it yet. We have been interested in a couple of other new platforms that came out recently, like HPB. Really, shoot. Did my stream stop? I don't think my stream stopped. Hold on 1 second. I'm running out of disk space. I got to clear some up. Hold on 1 second. This PC videos. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I have to quickly empty my recycle bin to clear up some space. Empty my recycle bin. Got a bunch of things going on my computer. And where's the stream go? There we go. All right. Am I back? I hope I'm back. PC is full of Bitcoin. Cleared the disk. Please turn your volume at high. I can't hear you. We'll try to fix the volume. I'm still not sure why the volume isn't working. Unstoppable Vortex is your avatar, the moon stats from the Great Wall of China. Anyway, let's go back to charting. And let me pull up your guys' questions. What did I do with them? I think I closed them. There you guys are. Okay. You weren't gone. Still online. You're still on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on my computer. I got to delete and clear some space. Anyway, let's go back to charting a Cardano. So, interestingly, and I'd love to pull them up, and let me do that. I will chart ADA, but I also want to share this too. I think some of the run-up today on ADA is a little bit due to the, what's it called? The Weiss ratings came out, which I would also love to talk on a little bit. I don't know if I totally agree with them, but let me pull those up right here. I took a look at them earlier today, and Cardano was one of only 3 coins that got rated a B minus, a B. One of 3 coins that got rated a B. 4. Ethereum, EOS, Cardano, and Neo. Bitcoin didn't even get a B. Steemit got a B. 5 coins got a B. Very interesting. And I think all 5 are doing very well. So I think some of these coins have been susceptible to these Weiss ratings. Let's sort these. The top 5 today are EOS token, which we talked about today in our group, Steemit, Cardano, we have Neo, Stellar Lumens was, I believe, ranked pretty well. What was the other couple? EOS, Ethereum, I don't know where Ethereum is at today. EOS is up there. All the coins are doing pretty well that they called, so interesting to know. But you're right, Charles has been shilling Cardano all over YouTube. We'll be happy to have him here on the channel on Sunday. Ethereum was one of the few that got rated a B. Let's take a look at the charts. I think, in my honest opinion, I think Cardano may be a little bit overpriced at the moment. And we're going to pull up one of my preloaded charts and pull up all the indicators. ADA, and we'll look at it on Bittrex since it's been there probably the longest. But let's take a look. So the RSI is pretty high. Let's look at it on the daily to get a little bit more of perspective. Wow, the Neo, the daily actually looks kind of good. The RSI is kind of in the middle. The MACD looks like it could be coming back, and there is we are riding along a very steep incline, though. I mean, if you just look at it, we are, near all-time highs, and I think a lot of that has to do with Huzi shilling it a lot. But I honestly, I would wait to get in. I would do this. I would draw a Fibonacci retracement, and let's go from there to there. And it's interesting. We could see a rebound, a quick reversal, but it is still quite high. If I were me, I would set some lower orders if I were looking to get in still. I do think it's a bit oversold. I'm sorry, overbought, not oversold. I think it's a little bit overbought and a little bit pricey right now. It's been traveling, honestly, if you were looking to get in it, I would get in it more along this path right here, this curve, which we bounced off of. We're right here right now. We're at this line. I would look to get in a little bit lower. It is a little bit interesting. I do think, despite being a huge fan of ADA, I think right now, given that it is still only able to be used as a currency and not a contract layer here, it only has the CSL layer enabled on it and not the CCL layer. It is a bit overpriced at $17 billion. But then again, like I said, you can consider anything at this stage of the game overpriced because everything is still just a Kickstarter promise. And I think some of the 20% up today on Cardano is partially due to those Weiss ratings. And I do think it's something that everyone should hold. I'm a huge fan of it, but I do think it's a little bit overpriced if we're looking at it, right now. I think it is a little bit high and pricey. But I do think it is a fantastic coin, fantastic cryptocurrency. I think Charles is a brilliant man, and I'm very excited to learn more about the project, learn more about how they compete and stack up, particularly against the EOS, which I think is kind of its closest competitor in my eyes at the moment. I think Ethereum is also trying to do things to scale and accommodate those, but I'll be honest, I feel like Ethereum one day could be replaced by something a little bit better than that. Now, keep in mind, Ethereum is the only cryptocurrency that we can really build dApps off of at the moment, for the most part. I think there's a couple of other new ones here. Like Neo has had a couple recently, but nowhere near along the lines of Ethereum. So, be very interesting to see. Now, regarding some of these other coins, it's very interesting to see what they rated a B and so forth in here. EOS got a B, Ethereum got a B, Neo got a B, and Steem got a B minus. Now, I don't know that I agree with these. Like, for example, Monero got a C. Like, Monero, I think, is one of the best cryptocurrencies in the space. Like, I really do. Litecoin got a C+. I don't know. Bitcoin got a C+. Arc a C+. Dash a C+. I don't know. These ratings to me, just last rating change. I don't know. I don't know. What's going on with all the questions? EOS equals Ethereum on steroids. No one can stop Neo USD 1000. I agree. EOS versus ADA. I agree. I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens. EOS, ADA. I think a lot of them, both of them are unproven. It raises both. EOS raises a little bit of red flags for me when it's trying to raise $1 billion, but you know, who knows at this stage? You know, nobody knows. It's very interesting. I mean, here we are all investors, and we are, you know, none of us know, none of us can see inside and see what's going on, so we're all speculating. But it'll be interesting to see if we can find out any more information about EOS. I feel like I don't know a lot. I feel like there's not a lot shared online about EOS. I am happy that Cardano and Charles are a little bit more open and transparent, and I just feel a little bit more in touch and in line with the project. So it's difficult for me to compare it to EOS. I just feel like I don't know as much about EOS, though EOS does promise these fancy things, and we have sub-second latencies, and it would be amazing to see it do well. I'm very excited for the future of both. Now, Weiss, I honestly, if in my opinion, could these opinions be bought? You know, they could be. I mean, I never even heard of Weiss, to be honest, before they came out. But there's a lot of companies that do this. A couple of these things may be pumped. I maybe agree to an extent here. You know, they do have some things down here that I've never heard of that are Ds, and the better coins are rated higher. But hell, nothing is an A. I mean, look at Charles Hoskinson's tweeter today. I really liked it. He says, any rating that doesn't give Bitcoin an A has got some screws loose. Nearly 10 years of wealth creation, innovation, massive growth, proven resiliency against crashes, and billions worth of infrastructure, and all without a leader. Bitcoin is the standard. So I thought it was very interesting to note that he was very interesting to note that they didn't even rank Bitcoin as an A. In fact, it got rated below about 5, 6, 7 other coins. So what can we say about that? Who knows? Those ratings could be bought. I don't know if I'm a big believer in them, but let's look at the rest of the market. So EOS token is one of the newest cryptocurrencies we've talked about inside of the CryptoSomniac Advantage. And if you haven't gotten a chance to sign up for the CryptoSomniac Advantage, we have 14 days free. And what it is, we created it with a lot of these things in mind. So we want to take the time, we want to save the headache for you, and do a lot of the homework and the research for you here in the CryptoSomniac Advantage. My team and I is providing you with a whole bunch of information, exclusive access to interviews with ICOs, ICO rankings and listings, providing you with different cryptocurrency selections and picks, access to the group, the Moon Lounge, 24/7 access to ask questions between my team and I when you become an upgraded member, a whole lot of stuff. So try out the CryptoSomniac Advantage. That's free for 14 days. You can also schedule a one-on-one appointment with Sneh or I, or take my course over on the website, where I teach you everything you need to know about cryptocurrency. There's even an hour and a half dedicated to charting cryptocurrencies. Both of them are money back guaranteed as well. If you're not happy with a one-on-one or not happy with the course, they're both refundable. EOS token is going to be huge. I agree. Sneh knows a little bit more about it. He did some research on it. Maybe he'll talk about it here on the channel. What else? What other questions? Where's my IOST airdrop? I'm not familiar. I actually didn't know iOS was doing an airdrop. So very interesting. Didn't know that. I read an article about Stripe dropping Bitcoin due to slow transaction processing time. Any concerns regarding the long-term value of Bitcoin? Yeah, a little bit, to be honest. I think so. I mean, I think Bitcoin ultimately will be seen as a storage of value. By the way, Donate Media, the interview with Charles will be 3 o'clock Pacific, Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern. But back to the question about Stripe, yes, they did drop support for Bitcoin, which I thought was very interesting. They were a leader in cryptocurrency. They were the largest processing payment system in place to first accept crypto or Bitcoin as a form of payment, and they've recently dropped Bitcoin support. They mentioned a couple of other cryptocurrencies, but I think that is a little bit of an issue. It is a little bit concerning. Now, being that there is so much infrastructure around Bitcoin and that there is billions and billions of dollars already in it and merchants and infrastructure that is built, I don't think it goes anywhere. I think it could act very much so as a storage of value as opposed to a immediate transfer of wealth. And it could remain that way. It could be seen as the gold. I think there is a lot of better tech out there. But keep in mind, there is a ton of things that make Bitcoin so safe and secure. Its chain, its length of time it's been around, the amount of blocks that it's been around for. If someone were to do a 51% attack, how much money that would take to perform a 51% attack, how much mining power you would need, and how long you would need to sustain a 51% attack. You basically need 51% or more of the hashing power, and depending upon where you deviate in the blockchain is going to determine how long you need to keep up that 51%. It is no easy task. So there's a ton of value still, I think, behind Bitcoin, but it could be the end of its immediate transfer of wealth days where it was free to transfer, very, very, very little fees. And I think there could be something better beyond it that replaces it. But as far as it going anywhere anytime soon, I don't think so. I don't think anywhere in the next few weeks, months, or probably even the next year or two. I think there's still all these pairings. You still need to purchase Bitcoin, largely Bitcoin, to get into any of these other altcoins. So even though Stripe and a lot of these other guys are dropping support for it and entertaining other things, I think these things can coexist. I think these things can coexist together. Altcoins will get you rich. Bitcoin will make you wealthy. I could agree to that sentiment a little bit. Why does Snake prefer QTUM over Neo while you prefer Neo over QTUM? I actually prefer QTUM over Neo, and I always have. And I think it's interesting to note here to me, I think that there's a lot of marketing going on with, there's just a lot more buzz, I think, around Neo than there is QTUM. I think QTUM is maybe a bit undervalued if you compare it to Neo. QTUM is on a lot more exchanges. Let me show you this. I think it's very interesting to look at the number of exchanges a cryptocurrency is on. Let me show you. QTUM is on 87 exchanges, while Neo is on 66 exchanges. So QTUM is on about 20 more exchanges than Neo is. Now, QTUM has a bunch of different things that I like over Neo, in addition to being supported by more exchanges. I like the fact that they pay dividends in QTUM. I like the team, I think, a little bit better. Now, I think Da Hongfei might be a little bit better of a leader and speaks better English probably than Patrick Dai, but I think the team overall as a whole is stronger on QTUM's end, and there are a number of dApps being built on both. Someone asked, what do you like and dislike about IOTA on Twitter? I like IOTA because it's a different piece of technology. I like that it is basically it's different. I like to diversify my investments. I like to be involved in different things that have the potential to rocket, moon, and be a leader in their space. I really like to, I get tired of hearing a new cryptocurrency, invest in this new crypto or easy to use wallet or whatever. Those ideas bore me. So I really like the fact that IOTA stands out in the fact that it's different. So I like it for that. What I don't like about it is that it is a bit of a pipe dream. It is very ambitious. It is a long way to go to prove itself, and it also has smart contracts not enabled on it, which is going to be pivotal in its industry paving way going forward for, you know, the Internet of Things. You know, when we have all these microtransactions going back and forth, we're going to need that. But I think it's got its pros and cons, right? just like a lot of these things do. But let me see at some of the other questions. What else have we got? Let me open up the Facebook. Any Facebook questions? Well, 88. Let me give you my price prediction for Cardano this year. I think Cardano could be $100 billion coin this year. I think it is a little bit ambitious, but I think it could be. And if that were to happen, basically we can see a 6x return. So if we multiply that by its current price of 66 cents, I could see us having a close to a $4 Cardano. That is I think that is an ambitious goal to acquire by the end of the year, but still realistic. So that is my price prediction, by the way, for Cardano. It is $4, close to $4. I think that is ambitious, but 100% possible. What other questions do you guys have? Is NEM the most boring crypto? To be honest, maybe. I feel like there's not a lot of marketing behind NEM. It just doesn't strike or stick with me. I met the CEO a couple months ago. I think his name is David, and put on a really good presentation, but their marketing and advertising, I think, is lackluster comparatively to some of the other things. Paycon, funniest crypto name. What do you see NEO at by the end of the year? NEO, it's going to be very interesting. I think NEO revolves around China, whether or not they integrated into the government. A lot of the talks right now about NEO are all speculative. These partnerships in correlation with the government, I think, is all a little bit hyped up. I think NEO just has a lot of this hype and just, I don't know, maybe a little bit overvalued, to be honest. I think NEO does not accommodate for scale, and I don't think it's going to be suitable for people in the future to build off of NEO, given gas's price that you need 500 NEO to build off of it. I'm sorry, 500 gas to build off of it. So I see a lot of issues and potholes with it. There's many aspects of centralization to NEO. I think something like Cardano, EOS, could be a lot better. We'll wait and see, though. I definitely don't think it's a bad cryptocurrency. It is something I do own and I have a strong position in, but it'll be interesting to see how all of this plays out with China. Thoughts on Icon, someone asks on Twitter. I am also an interesting fan of Icon, and I love how they partnered with Kyber. And Kyber is something that we have had in our portfolios for a while and are looking to accumulate. And Kyber has had very nice, steady growth, actually. I think it is a very solid cryptocurrency, and I think decentralized exchanges are their future. And I like how that they partnered with Icon. I think Kyber is sitting here very quiet, and it's in accumulation mode in my eyes. I think it is very I think it's going to be a top 30 crypto in my eyes in just the next couple of months. I think it is kind of in accumulation mode. Neblio is one of my second biggest holds for the year, 1500 Neblio. Neblio is a bit newer. I took in some shots on it as well. I'd love to do a little bit more research on it and learn some more, but I think Neblio is, you know, very interesting, at least from the token supply standpoint. Only 13 million. It is a newer platform out there that you can build off of. Open source blockchain solution for businesses. They have what is it? Business value, our mission to simplify the complexities of the current blockchain. Also, something I also want to talk about is Dragon Chain while I'm on the topics of whatchamacallit. But where is their team? I want to take a look real quick about us. Nothing really stands out. I need to learn a little bit more about Neblio, to be honest. There's a lot of platforms. I need to take the time to sit down and catch up and read a couple of these white papers. I try to read a white paper a day. I think I've been slacking the last couple of days or so. It's been a couple since I've read anything new, but there's a lot to stay on top of in the space. Does Dragon Chain stake? Not that I know of as of yet. Now, they do have this interesting thing called Dragon Slumber Points. If we take a look at Dragon Chain, you actually earn... it's kind of like staking. So if you move your Dragon Chain to a Mu wallet, or a wallet where you have the private keys to, you actually earn what's called Dragon Slumber Points. And what the Slumber Points allow you to do is they accumulate over time the longer that you hold Dragon Chain, and they actually give you bigger discounts on ICOs and allow you bigger discounts on them. So I highly advise that you move your Dragon Chain into a Mu wallet or a Ledger wallet where you can accumulate those Dragon points. And then if you link your Mu wallet to an account here on Dragon Chain, you actually can see that, how many Dragon points you own. And I'd love to talk more about Dragon Chain just in general, a bit of a deeper dive. It is a cryptocurrency I'm a huge fan of, one of the bigger ones in my portfolio. I have to agree, Slumber Points is a pretty shitty name, but I think it is a decent cryptocurrency, one of the better cryptocurrencies out there. I'm a big fan of it. I really want to cover it more in depth to give you guys a more elaborate view. So I'll do that in a follow-up video all about Dragon Chain. Does anybody know anything about the rumored Coinbase commercial during the Super Bowl? That would be pretty cool. I'm very excited. We have the Eagles in the Super Bowl this year. We have the Patriots, a rematch of about 15 years ago almost, when Donovan McNabb vomited midway through the fourth quarter and couldn't get the job done. Looking forward to see if Nick Foles and company can do it this year. I'll be here watching next Sunday. This Sunday, we got Charles Hodgkinson on the channel at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern. And guys, I want everyone to go ahead, give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, and if you want, check out the Cryptosomniac Advantage. The Cryptosomniac Advantage is out. It's a 14 days for free, and you're going to get reports almost every day sent to your inbox directly via email, and we filter out all the noise. We give you our buy and sell recommendations. We rank ICOs each month. We'll be helping pool some money. I'm going to keep that on the hush-hush because it's not very, So we do that. We give you exclusive coverage to a bunch of things, interviews with CEOs, different blockchain startups that we're advising, a whole bunch of stuff, a community, access to my team, 24/7 access. Once you are upgraded and part of the Moon Lounge, you get access 24/7 to all the questions. So head over to the website, cryptosomniac.com, and check out the Advantage. Would I please review AdHive ICO? Not familiar with it, bro, but we will take a look. Decent rating. Decent rating. More on ICO. I've also heard Vibe is going to do a Super Bowl commercial as well. I've heard that as well. It does seem a little bit out there, but you never know. They're very strong in marketing, I think, with Vibe Hub. I think a lot of them I think a lot of Vibe Hub is focusing on a lot of those celebrities to get those deals done. An AI-controlled influencer marketing platform. Okay. Interesting. I'd love to do more research. I need to spend some time tonight and tomorrow reading some of these white papers that you guys suggested and give you some thoughts on some of these newer cryptos out there. Have you heard of Gifto? I have. It hasn't caught my eye. I think it's been out for a little bit now, hasn't it? I don't know why. I just haven't actually I haven't invested, myself. I have heard of it. It's been here on the top 200 or so for a while. IBM has been running blockchain commercials. Thoughts on IBM and Stellar? I mean, it's a good partnership, right? I think it's a good partnership. It will be interesting to see what happens. Stellar recently is moonin. Stellar Lumen is moonin. Why don't we chart Stellar Lumens for a moment and see if you should be taking profit or not? Because I'll be honest, I actually bought some Stellar Lumen a little bit ago, and a little bit ago, meaning several weeks back, and I believe I'm up a big amount. Let me take a look. I am more of a swing trader. So in the Moon Lounge, by the way, in the Cryptosomniac Advantage, we focus on two different philosophies. We target the long-range, long-term investing, and we really like to innovate and invest in innovative technology, but we also like to provide some opportunity to swing trade. I won't say you're not going to get updates every day about, hey, go buy this and sell this right now and then, but you will get updates on different things that are coming up and reasons as to why you might want to invest in something. So Definitely keep an eye out on all that stuff. But it's not something where we're going to say, hey, buy this today and then turn around tomorrow and flip it and yada, yada, yada. Let's take a look at the daily stuff going on here. The daily looks very nice, and I don't want to draw. I just want to drag. And let's look at it on Bittrex because there will be a lot more history. The chart looks kind of good. It looks a little... looks like we might be breaking out furthermore with some further upside. The MACD looks like it's going to cross, and if we zoom in on the 4 hour, that is the 3 hour. The 4 hour, we see an ACDD. Your order is still canceling. If you don't mind, send me an email and we'll try to address that issue and not being able to subscribe to another package. Send us over an email and we will try to resolve any of those issues for you. But on the 4 hour, it looks pretty good. Honestly, it looks like there's still room here for Cardano. I'm sorry, Stellar Lumens to move. Looks like we just broke out, and I'd be very interesting to watch if it breaks above some of these old resistance lines. Also, I just want to look at Ripple. It's been a minute since we've looked at Ripple. Ripple, I bet you, could have definitely went into that oversold territory, and it might have been a good time to pick it up. It dropped like a hot potato, which is to be expected after its run up, but could be a good time to re-enter Ripple's market. Taking a look at the longer term view and doing a fib retracement, it is looking a little juicy. This is the juicy moment right here. I say the 618 level so many times, and look at that. It looks like it's perfect. Right there, it landed on that 618 level, and I do this all the time, and that would have been the time to get in. And to be honest, let's see if we can spot any other good deals I'm thinking of right now. You know, recently I sold a little bit of Kyber and VeChain during the spikes, and I'm looking at some of these other things that might be a bit overpriced at the moment. Things like maybe, boy, Cardano, or maybe even Neo, EOS. I think a lot of these are a bit run up over the last several weeks. Let's take a closer look at Neo before I just randomly say something. But Neo is, if we look at it on the daily, it's near all-time highs, and it's a little overbought. You might be seeing a correction, honestly, here in Neo these next couple of weeks, next couple of days. It's a bit run up. I could see something like this happening before anything new happens, the squiggle boom. I want to actually say, what was I going to say? I don't even know. Blanked. I want to give away some free cryptocurrency here on the channel for anyone who shared Snee's video earlier. I always do that with a random number generator. So let me do that now. Any number between 1 and 5 will be Facebook. 5 through 10 will be Twitter. So let's generate a random number. Looks like today will be selected from Facebook. So let's go over to facebook.com/cryptosomniac. And to be eligible to win some free crypto, all you have to do is share this content either on Facebook or Twitter for a chance to win. So go ahead and do that. We give away free crypto here on the channel every day. And let's go ahead and do that. So where is she? Where is that video? Where is she? Snake did a video earlier today on his opinions on the Weiss ratings, and I think we shared a lot of the same opinions there. Here it is right here. So thank you. We got about 19 shares. I don't know that everyone will be able to be seen, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 people showed up for whatever reason. So let's pick a number between 1 and 7. And lucky number 1. Lucky number 1. Lucky number uno. So Adham. I believe Adham won just a couple of days ago. Second time in just a couple of days. Adham, thank you for participating. You won yourself some more free cryptocurrency. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the content. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. We'll be back tomorrow to do some more videos. We'd love to hear about what do you guys want to see us make a video on. Is it a specific coin? Keep in mind we want to try to accumulate or provide as much value for the audience as possible. We don't want to just cover obscure coins. We do want to, keep everyone interested and engaged, and I try to answer as many of your questions. B token will likely hit exchanges around March 1st for those of you asking. We are big fans and supporters here of the B token. I believe the B token is a great project, and I'm very excited to see it. But I think that we will be here again tomorrow to share all this great content. And I want to thank you guys for watching. So remember, take a look at the CryptoSomniac Advantage. It's available now. You get access to the Moon Lounge. You get access to my team and I. We provide reports on great things every day, exclusive interviews, opportunities for future ICOs, buy and pick recommendations, a whole slew of stuff, and it's free right now for 14 days. Try it out. Let us know what you think, and we will be back tomorrow, guys. So thank you guys all for tuning in, and remember, stay a CryptoSomniac because the markets never sleep, and neither should we.